Hey, Bayek, it's me, Ian. And here we are again. We are looking at all the Carry On films. And today it is Carry On Jack from 1964. Oh, this is a very interesting film in the context of the Carry On series. It's the second one to be filmed in colour, but it is most importantly the first historical adventure Carry On film. And in many ways, this becomes a blueprint for all those historical Carry On films that will follow over the years. And it is a marvellous film. I sometimes wonder, though, when people mention Carry On films, this one perhaps gets overlooked a bit. And I think I can see why. There are various reasons why that might be, which I will go into. Okay, so it's 91 minutes long, usual sort of time. Rotten Tomatoes, 42%. Well, yeah, what do you expect? So we've had Carry On Cabby, 1963, and this will be followed by Carry On Spying. It's filmed at Pinewood Studios again. Also, some location at Frensham Pond, and Kimberidge Bay in Dorset. These are, as usual, inserted into the film, and it works. It works nicely. Yeah, it does. So it's written by Talbot Rothwell. I love that name, and who's going to go on to write more. And what a great script it is. It was based upon a script called Up the Armada. Yes, they always have these up the titles. Have you noticed that? But there we are. Well, that's what it was based upon. It's produced by Peter Rogers, directed by Gerald Thomas, as usual. All the usual names that you come to love are all behind this film. But the important fact, I think, in this film is looking at the cast. We've got Kenneth Williams, top of the bill, as Captain Fearless. And we've got Charles Hawtrey as Walter Sweetley. And those are the major players. There is the return of Jim Dale in a more smaller supporting role as the carrier, and he's popping up all over the place, but that's his role in this. But these are the familiar faces. So where's Sid James? Where's Kenneth Connor? Where's Hattie Jakes? Oh, where's Joan Sims? I'm saying they're not here. No. So that is an interesting part of the film, because these actors were associated so much with the film. And this is interesting because you can say it's the return of Kenneth Williams, who had missed one before. The Carry On Cabby, he wasn't in that, but here he is. Yeah. And say Charles Hawtrey's again here. So who kind of, I think, almost steals the film, and that's Bernard Cribbins. Oh yeah, wonderful Bernard Cribbins. What an actor! You can't help but love him. It was so sad, his death, really. He plays midshipman Albert Poopdecker. You gotta love that name. You gotta love that name. Fantastic. I say his career is just amazing. I say I've got the Doctor Who connections. He was in the Peter Cushing film, 1966, and of course, he's also in the 10th Doctor stories with Donna, and he's going to be his very last role we're going to see this year in the 60th anniversary special, where he's involved in that. Anyhow, let's be positive about these things. What a wonderful career he had. I just The Railway Children, I think, is a classic film that he was involved in, and he's very much a star of that film. Absolutely love that. It really is a great film. He was in a Fawlty Towers episode, and if you're linked with Fawlty Towers, that is not a bad thing. He was in the Hotel Inspectors from 1975, and of course, he was the voice of the Wombles. Yes, the Wombles, 1973-75, the Wombles, timeless children's series. Love it. And there's Bernard Cribbins. I could just talk about him. He's such a great actor, comedian. You can say he was just fantastic. He really is. Yeah, I suppose he's a comedy actor rather than a comedian, but he was such a great guy. Anyhow, let's move on. Juliet Mills, she plays Sally, and she's the sort of lead actress in this film, and I love her. She's great. Such a performance. She's funny. She's great. She's wonderful. You really get to love her as a character, and of course, as the film goes on, you really, really enjoy her performance. And she, of course, was one of the co-stars of the 1972 film Avante, which was directed by the legendary Billy Wilder. Oh my. And it won awards, as it would be expected to. I think Jack Lemmon as well. What can I say? And because she's from the famous Mills family. John Mills, her father, classic actor, a legend, I think, in British acting. Such a great man he was. And a sister is Hayley Mills as well. Wow. So that's the lead actress in this. Then we've got Cecil Parker playing the Sea Lord. Now, the Sea Lord is it's only more of a small role in it, but it's fun. And seeing this classic British actor who goes right back to the 1930s, it's just massive. It's great seeing him, really. He was involved in The Lady Killers. I just say that film, 1955, a classic British comedy. Alec Guinness. His last film, I'm always interested in this, was in the First World War musical. Yeah, First World War musical. Oh, What a Lovely War in 1969. Check that out. It's very interesting. What else have we got? He's in that. Then we've got Donald Houston playing the first officer. Donald Houston was in, again, a face that you might recognise. He was in 633 Squadron 1964, which is a classic British war film, and Where Eagles Dare. Hey, Where Eagles Dare 1968. What an association to be with that film. I love Where Eagles Dare. It is just one of the all-time great war films. Definitely. Yeah. Then we've got Percy Herbert playing Mr. Angel. It's just, his face, you just think, I've seen that face before. And you probably saw him in loads of TV series, popping up in all sorts of films. Another one of these actors that you just see your face, think, oh yeah, I've seen them. And then lastly but not least, Peter Gilmore. He plays Patch. He was in 8 Carry On films. Yeah, 8 of these films, including the infamous 1992 Carry On Columbus, which we don't like to talk about. But yeah, he's in that. But of course, as an actor, he's well known really for the Oneiding Line. It was a massive BBC series, and it was about the sea, connections with the sea, yeah, shipping line. That was from 1971 to 1980. It was a long, massive series. And of course, we've got to have a Doctor Who connection like we had with Bernard Cribbins. He was in the fifth Doctor story from 1984, Frontiers. Yes. Oh, you gotta love it, haven't you? You really have. So, what is this about? Well, it starts off with one of those classic scenes that is like from the historical painting almost of the death of Nelson, and those famous words, Kismet Hardy, which became known as Kiss Me Hardy. And of course, the Carry On team make a beautiful, funny, wonderful scene. It's just so funny. And that starts off the film. But of course, it's not about that. The film centres, and this is what I'm talking about, it centres on Bernard Cribbins' character, Albert Poopdecker. You gotta love those names. And, well, yeah, he is being, well, he's newly qualified as a midshipman, and it's taken 8 years, and, well, they've had to finally speed it up. But through a series of unfortunate events for him, it's not his day. He gets his identity stolen by Sally. Yes, Sally, the Juliet Mills character. As I say, I mentioned it, I think she's great. Juliet Mills just really gets Sally brilliantly. So she's there impersonating Albert Poopdecker on this ship, and it's so funny. And of course, that's where we get to see the brilliance of Kenneth Williams as the captain. Captain Fearless, and he's far from that. He's trying to avoid any confrontation, anything. Kenneth Williams, I think, plays a shift in sort of character slightly from, we've seen him with this academic character, but this one he adds a lot of different facets to the character, and he's so funny. It's just Kenneth Williams. I think Kenneth Williams really shows his abilities. Fantastic. Just love it. And so that is how the story goes. And Albert Poopdecker, along with the Walter Sweetley, the character played by Charles Hawtrey, get press ganged onto the ship that he was going to be put on. And of course, no one believes that he's Albert Poopdecker, because Albert Poopdecker's there on the ship. It's Sally. It's in disguise. Yes. And that all the misadventures, all the slapstick, all the jokes, all go from there. And it's excellent. You can't help but love it. You're laughing with it. You're just loving it. And there's some great scenes. The timing, the comic timing. It's hilarious. It's funny. And the fact that it's a historical setting, I think, adds a lot. You're thinking, well, this is really imaginative. And as I say, this is going to develop into a blueprint, really, of what the series is going to produce in terms of historical carry-on films. And here it is. So therefore, why is it that this perhaps doesn't get as much recognition? It's not as mentioned as much. I think, A, because it's the first one, and B, because there's no Sid James, Kenneth Connor, or Hattie Jakes in this film, and I think people kind of have forgotten it a little bit. Not everybody, obviously. If you're a massive Carry On fan, you do remember it. But if you ask people their favourite Carry On films, I don't think this would be in that list. But yeah, I've enjoyed them all. Every one I've enjoyed. And seeing this one, I think is great because it's a groundbreaker film for Carry On series, and we should give it that love and respect it deserves. Yeah, definitely give it the respect and love it deserves, and you'll have a great time watching this film. Yeah, that's it. Here it is again, the box set I was bringing out. It's on here. Yes, great set. If you're enjoying these films, well worth getting. Absolutely well worth getting this with all these Carry On films apart from Carry On Columbus. Yeah, definitely. And that's it. If you're new to watching these videos and you enjoyed this, well, please subscribe, because then we'll let you know when I produce more. You can see what other things I do on this channel. And if you like it, please give it a like. All helps with algorithms, and more people hopefully then might enjoy the videos. And it all costs note. So you can't say further than that, can you? And if you've got any comments, please put your comments and see, tell me what you think about all these things. Well, perhaps you won't bother, I don't know. Anyhow, that's it really. So all I've got to say is, I'll see thee again.